Back to Designer City. Today I am going to give you an updated tour of my city, because as the game has updated, so has my city, and you can already see the updates have taken place, as this city center is way different now with some new buildings. Another thing is and also a lot of replaced buildings here. So as you can see, I have new buildings here. This hasn't been here. It's been here in my city for a few months, but I was trying to make an earlier video about an updated tour of my city, but I never ended up doing it. Now I'm doing it today. I also have a new residential building here, the Alvear Tower. The Evolution Tower is an employment building that I built today. I've changed up my city center quite a lot. There used to be a tunnel here that was started, that kind of just was over here. Now I moved it over here. So yeah, that's one big change. Other than that, the city center hasn't changed too much. It's had some other buildings that were added. In my industrial area, I added a lot more ecology so that there was less pollution in it. There used to be a rocket launch pad here that I removed because I didn't feel that I needed it. I could just get gold by exchanging it. So yeah, and I've also added some more buildings here. This used to be an office building, and now I guess it's still probably an office building. I don't know what the Locked Center really is in real life. I think it's a mixed-use building for offices and stuff. But anyway, so this area here has been changed quite a lot. Now there's some super trees here, these two, and the New York Times Tower. And I've replaced some residential buildings with some more expensive ones. I guess those that cost diamonds. This one costs, I think, somewhat like more than 100 diamonds to build. This one costs, if I remember correctly, 200 diamonds. I can always check, but I don't really want it right now. I just want to give you an updated tour. So yeah, there have been changes made to my city that I've added more buildings, which cost diamonds. My historic neighborhood hasn't really changed much. You can still see this park over here, a few other ecological areas, and other beautiful neighborhoods. This is still the same beautiful neighborhood that it's always been, so I mean, I'm really glad about that. North of this neighborhood is a little neighborhood on the water that I'm building, on this big river that I decided to build for my city, and it's going down along this, and then there's still land here to unlock that I'd like to unlock over here to continue building the bridges to connect to the less urban side of the city. Though this part here is like more suburban rural, and then once you go up north a little more, it gets a little more urban. Though the thing is sorry. The thing is that well, the thing is it's just that it's still not that urban. There's still a lot of parking here, so it still feels pretty suburban. But there is also a lot of easy public transport access here. I've extended the subway, and I've built a lot of monorails through this area. This area here, particular, you have a lot of buildings close to each other, which makes it for a more urban neighborhood. And this all leads up to my airport, which I constructed a few months ago. And I've added a few amenities near the airport, such as hotels, this Grand Hotel, Four Seasons Hotel, and wherever that other hotel is. I think it's this one right here. I've also added an amusement park nearby with two data centers, this one and this one. Parking, trying to add trees here because this airport pollutes quite heavily. Here's some free gold. Anyway, this is also like rocket launching area. And then I might build more if I end up expanding over here. I'm thinking that at first I was trying to work on building this slum area over here for like lower income residents, but at the same time, I don't know. I feel a little like removing it. I just don't really know. I don't I have mixed feelings about this slum. It's not really the best addition to my city. Of course there are cities that have them, but I'm saying, those cities aren't really that nice. So this area has been developing quite some. And another thing that I added here was more farms, way more farms. So I'm getting 1 million food every hour, which is pretty amazing. Just look at all this. This is coming into development. There are more areas here that I like to build, and then yeah, and then this monorail just goes. Has this huge bridge going along the water, which then leads it to goes along this area, which hasn't changed much, just over here in general, and then I developed this south side neighborhood a little bit. I made it look a little nicer than I really cared about. I really cared about making it more like a hood area. It's a little nicer than that. Aside from the fact that there's a lot of parking and I don't know, but it's a pretty nice neighborhood right now. There's the Palazzo. I have a big residential tower there, gym, and I've added some sports teams too. So if we go along this road here, we'll see I have a baseball stadium here, and then I have a football stadium and a hockey stadium. And in the last video on my city, I showed you my central business district. This is what it is now. It is a lot different than it was the time that I made my first tour of the city. Just look at this. Look at all these a lot of taller buildings now in my city. Added more residential and commercial. There are there's several buildings in this area that also cause diamonds. Namely, let's say this one, 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 I guess technically speaking, is in my central business district. This one, and also this one. Well, I'm not gonna go through anymore. I'm just after the DC tower, but you can tell that there are a lot of diamond buildings in this district. There's a lot more coming in play here, and with this neighborhood area around the Central Railway Hub has changed a pretty tiny bit, with a few more diamond buildings added here. Bank of China, Taipei 101, and then the 30 St. Mary Axe. So yeah, this area is definitely come into some more development. And this east side neighborhood here has the football stadium that I was talking about, and in the last video I didn't have many things here on the east side neighborhood. There was like a few small sections of certain stuff, but nothing really too huge. But there's still a lot here. So I just developed this area here. Turn around a little more, we can see that once you get over here, you see that I built a university, and I've built some tall skyscrapers here, especially the second tallest building in the world. At some point I had 303 diamonds, so I could have built the Burj Khalifa, but I spent it on, I think, 432 Park Avenue, which I have on a different part of my city. But this is an area that has like a lot of skyscrapers just outside of central business district and stuff. It's just another area over here with a few more diamond and gold buildings that I built here. But sorry about my throat. I should probably drink more water. But anyway, so yeah, there's also just this neighborhood here, and then up here we have a mountain neighborhood. This over here was basically all it was when I gave you the first tour of my city. This is the second tour of my city updated. There's a castle here with 4,000 residents and other amenities here too. You have these two businesses here, and I guess we're just standing here, but okay. You do also have over here, the snow biome is still here, and yeah, nothing has changed too much in the snow biome, but I have added some things like maybe more services, police, and fire and all that. Overall, it's still kind of just the same snow biome neighborhood with a few added things here. I believe somewhere here I had a townhouse. It was just a townhouse standing, I think, right here in the place of the small tower. I replaced it with this building, with this, and then built a row of these buildings, these towers. Then I have this area here that I'm building. It's going to be a little urban area, and I haven't built anything here just yet. I've kind of just built this thing. Let me just check how much coverage there is for. Yeah, there isn't a lot for, I'd say, a lot of services. I mean, if we look at it, let's just say it's probably not got a lot of services. This building, at least. Yeah, not a lot for anything really. I guess quickly I'll just slap down an emergency center. I have 126 gold. It's really easy to get money now. I can now basically build some stuff here. A lot easier. Things that cost more than 100 gold. Every first time I log in to Designer City, and for like, let's say, the day, it'll reward me like $260 million. I don't know. I could probably look at it in the stats. No, I can't find. Okay, maybe it's over here. Let's say. Okay, so finance. It seems income per hour for all these is pretty high. In total, it's like $49.7 million per hour. That's pretty nice. But in total, yeah, and I also, another thing is I have a lot more residents. In my first video I had 167,000 residents. Now I have 1.4 million. And yeah, my city is also just, more connected. I started building this area over here a little disconnected from the, a little disconnected from the rest of the city, but then I connected everything basically, and I'm still trying to connect maybe more of it. And yeah, this is basically my new updated city with a lot more buildings and stuff like that. It still looks pretty good. I think it honestly looks better than it did in the first video that I made about Designer City. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Okay, 1 second. Okay, bye.